didn't press it yet.
Oh.
Now is it recording, Soph?
Yeah.
Cool.
Not the Pi-Fi shorts.
Pi beta phi.
You're sharing a mic with me.
Why doesn't Andreas get the one?
Because I'm alone on the bed over here. I could hear both of you, though. Just hold it in between you.
Okay. Hey guys.
Wait, Lila, talk for a second.
Hello?
No, without the mic. Like, put it towards you. Talk.
Hello?
Okay, put it in between you guys.
Hello?
Yeah, that works.
It's just kind of easier if Aaron has. Okay. Okay. Lila's been peeved by me since the beginning of this trip, you guys, and I just think I need to make that really clear because it's not my fault that I'm the way I am.
Sophia cannot take a fucking damn photo for the life of her.
Ooh.
Like, cannot take a photo at all.
Wait,
I don't know why.
wait.
I don't
Hold
think
on,
that.
hold on,
Okay,
hold
let's
on.
let's drop a
How do I
photo
turn
of
this down
of
to
the
your
photos that
screen?
I took of Lila.
I'm not dropping the photo. Because those have not been dropped.
Lila, you got to talk on the
No,
mic.
I'm gonna drop the photo right here in the corner so that they can see that I'm not a bad photographer. I just didn't get the glorious photo you were looking for.
She just didn't get the angles, and it's okay because tomorrow we're going to take it on a digital, so it'll be fine. I just feel like I wasn't feeling myself fully today, and for me, I only really post Instagram photos when I'm like, fuck yeah, this one eats.
Okay, so that's fine. But I think we should start at our trip and Lila's panic attack. Shall we?
We shall.
Okay, you guys go.
This was interesting. So basically, guys, not to take...
Okay, I'm gonna. No, they know Andreas now because we would have posted the other one.
Yeah, I hope the first part of the other one gets posted.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys would have seen this already, but basically Andreas made a whole first part introduction of himself to the pod. We were planning to just have it be me and Lila, and like actually I had this really cute intro idea for it, but now that it's me, Andreas, and Lila, I do have to like rethink it a little bit. So we'll kind of see where this evolves, and like if you guys are really into seeing the three of us, definitely let us know because we can make this happen more often.
For sure.
But if you're like, we only want to see Lila, then go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, fuck you. No, I agree. Fuck you if that's the case. No, I was going to say then, or if you want to see only Andreas, that should be an option. What if I'm just cooler? I'm pretty good at podcasting so far.
You actually are. I'm actually like, whoa, not the pillow covering
I'm
your
covering my
chest.
toes, bro. I'm not trying to go fucking... It was weird. I did not want to be added to a playlist for toes.
Well, honestly, we get more views, so why not? Why not take what we can fucking get?
Then bust yours out.
There was this like video that, this is honestly a little sad to say, but there's this video that has like so many views on our pod, and I was listening to the podcast and I was like, this is good, but I feel like honestly it's Pavlovian Lads, where I talk about the curse of being pavlocked by the Irish lads when you really don't want that to be your life.
What?
So
It has a lot of views on your account?
it has like the most views that we have. And I literally like, there's a whole segment where my feet are just like fucking out in the camera. And I was like, oh, that's
that
why
why?
it has the
Yeah.
most views.
It's fucking creepy.
But anyway, let's just not talk about that right now because
Yeah,
we're trying
okay,
to be a pure podcast.
Back to the panic attack.
Yeah.
So basically, guys, for those of you who don't know, sorry if I'm taking your podcast, Sofia, but I'm just gonna
Take it.
'Kay.
Take the wheel.
go for it.
Jesus, take the wheel.
So
Dude, yeah, it has 10K views.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's hella
But
weird.
you know, we're trying to get like 100K guys. So come on.
How many views are you at right now?
Only 10K. 10K is our highest views.
Oh, you mean like for one episode?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see. So basically, anyway, talking about the flight.
Lilo
so
has like 9K, I think.
What?
One of Lilo's has like,
Oh.
I don't know. What-
anyway, basically, we left from San Francisco at 1 a.m. It was a red eye, and we were flying to Panama. And Lila had already prefaced, and I understood this. She said she wakes up kind of like hot and annoyed and like feeling like shit after a flight.
Kind of fucking sucks that I don't have my own mic. Wait, let me scratch my butt. Because we usually, you know, when I'm on the pod, I like to bounce off and like save stuff, but it's really hard for me when I have to reach over to grab Sofia. So that's
Just hold on to the mic, and then when Sofia wants it, she can grab
how
it
about
from
we
you.
do
then.
that? Okay. No, what I was going to say is when I am on a flight, I do have a little bit of like flight anxiety being on a plane. Not as much anymore because I fly back from Colorado and to San Francisco, vice versa, all the time now. So it's not as bad. But when I was younger, a kid threw up next to me on our way to New York and it was fucked.
What's crazy though is that scared you and you hated that and that was fucked. But then you also were scared of just the turbulence and everything in general.
Turbulence really scared me until I saw that one video that said like, oh, until I can't hold it.
No, she's fine.
Oh, I thought you were trying to hold up the mic to my mouth.
No, don't do that. We've had enough of you.
It's really hard because you can't speak, but this
is my podcast.
I saw this one video that said if you have flight anxiety, just think of the turbulence as if the plane is inside the middle of Jello and they're just tapping on the bottom and the top of the Jello can. Nothing's gonna happen. It's just pressure.
Okay, I never heard of that. I always think of it though as like surfing because they said that it like is like surfing.
I honestly think
so, like,
the reason
drops.
that turbulence scares Lila is the reason why drunk people scare me, because it's like there's a possibility for someone to vomit. In the both of those situations.
Although I don't think that's
fucking crash.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think she's more scared to crash.
I'm trying to fuck with
honestly, I used to love
like
flying, and now I'm not scared of it by any means, but I just like kind of dread it, and I'm kind of like turbulence does freak me out a little more than it used to, which it doesn't. Just kind of like more of like oh shit kind of moment, but I don't get like scared by it. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I think it catches me more off guard before I didn't really even know what it was. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get that. I don't know.
The worst experience I ever had though was going to Kansas City for the national rugby championship, high school national championship, and we literally were it was hella bad turbulence. Everybody was shaking, dropping, moving back and forth. Finally, there was this drop that felt like we dropped like Tower Terror style drop, where like you fucking jump out of your seat. And I was telling Dad about it. I'm like, yeah, we dropped like at least like 20 feet, and he's probably like, it probably was more like 200, and you just like are in the air. I'm like, fuck, that's a good point because people started screaming.
Did you like think that your life was gonna end?
No, because I knew it was turbulence.
How long was the drop? Like how many seconds?
It felt like fucking forever, but it was quick. It was just like boom, you know?
I had a horrible experience when that woman held my hand and threw up. You guys remember that?
No.
That was this year. That was this year. I was on a flight to Colorado and it literally got delayed like freaking 5 hours. So I took a red eye and I was in the back of the plane, like the back. And this woman next to me didn't speak English, or she spoke very spotty English, and the turbulence.
Spotty English.
Yeah, well, you if you guys know if you've ever flown into or out of Colorado, you know the turbulence is like fucked. So the turbulence was extra bad this time because it was very windy that night, and this woman kind of grabbed me and was like, "Cut it, Aaron."
Whoa, what accent are you trying to do?
I'm not gonna cut it, and you're gonna be canceled.
What?
Aaron, cut that shit! I swear to God, believe this entire thing.
I'm not gonna lie, my biggest fucking fear is that one day, like, I finally get there, I finally get famous.
And you get canceled because of Lila?
And someone finds videos of Lila that are so problematic, and I'm done. It's like what happened, like, to Miley Cyrus when Noah Cyrus was being racist as fuck.
Wait,
okay, that's fucked to say on the live TV because I am not racist.
No, you're not. I'm not. I'm just making a comparison of how that was like an awful
That's
situation.
wild.
Miley would never go down though because of Noah fucking Cyrus.
Yeah, Miley just would get
Noah
canceled for like
so
2
irrelevant.
seconds. Lila,
She's only relevant because she did Lil Wayne or whatever.
Lila would get you canceled at like a red carpet event because if you like invited her for some reason and then she like was like, "Hey, what's going on? Fuck it up!" Like she'd be causing some shit.
Never do that. Ever. I can completely read the scenarios I'm in. 100%.
Okay. Anyway, what were we saying before that?
Say what happened when the woman was throwing up.
Yeah, and what accent were you trying to do?
What accent were you trying to do?
I was trying to do Latin, but
that is crazy.
That's not as racist. I just want to preface
because she's Latin.
We're Latin.
What did you think?
I thought
it's actually more racist what you thought. I know you thought I was doing Indian.
Yeah, fully, because that was an Indian.
That's racist.
I didn't even hear Indian.
As the editor and unbiased opinion, it definitely sounded Indian. Okay, bye.
So
what the hell was that? No, she was freaking out. I was like, I fly for work, but I have never experienced turbulence like this. And I was like, bro, if you fly for work, like, what the fuck is going on? You should be consoling me. She was like 50. And then she grabs my hand.
Lila also thinks she's 12 still, guys.
I start rambling. I'm like, have you ever heard of the Jello, thing? Like, when we're just in Jello, like, and she was not fucking with it. She was like, no,
have
like
you heard
this
of
turbulence.
Jello?
She was like, this isn't a fucking joke.
If you know,
like, this isn't a fucking joke. Like, I've never had turbulence this bad, whatever. And she's like freaking out, holding my hand. Like, she's dead ass, like like this, and it's just me and her, and I was like, oh my fucking god, grabs the puke bag, pukes, yet she's still holding my hand.
Oh, that
And
is
if you guys know, I have severe emetophobia, and I was like,
fucked up.
this is not fucking happening. I started crying on the plane.
No, the only time. Sorry, go ahead.
No, there was this woman, like one time when I was sitting on a plane, and it was, I felt really bad because Erin was supposed to be sitting next to her. No, I was supposed to be sitting next to her. But I asked this like sweet little girl if she would switch spots with me because I wanted to sit next to Erin. She was like, oh my God, of course. So she she switches spots with me and ends up sitting next to this lady. Okay.
Oh, no.
This lady looks like completely like very like clean aesthetic, very normal, like very kind of like looks like she smells like vanilla. And all of a sudden, as the plane starts rumbling, she quietly takes out the puke bag, starts massaging her head like this, and just starts like baby barfing, like little tiny white baby barfs into this bag, like as if it is her morning routine.
What the fuck?
Yes. And I felt so bad that I made that girl who was sitting next to her switch with me. But I was also like, thank God. Like, at least I wasn't sitting next to her.
No, the only thing I've never had anything where someone
She was like fully like,
Cool.
like it was like,
Sound though.
there was no noise. It was like, it was a routine. Like she was like just massaging her head and she was like,
What the fuck?
I was like,
That is weird.
good for you, I guess.
You gotta make
but,
sure you're talking
like,
to the mic.
It was so like, I don't know how to describe it. It just seemed like she does it all the time. It was no big deal and it was so neat. I've never seen a neater barf in
That's
my life.
gross.
I was also terrified. I was shaking in the corner.
The only thing that's ever happened
Disgusting.
to me, where I've flown next to someone kind of like that, but nobody barfed, but it was on the way to the college national championships because that's, I guess, apparently only the times I travel. And so all our seats are spread out, right? So we go to fly, and we're on the plane at SFO, and I'm sitting between these two random dudes. I think they're like Texans because we're flying to Houston. That's where the rugby national championship was. And is it still going? Yeah. Oh, okay. And we have to deboard because something's wrong with the plane. Like the thermostat was off, so it wouldn't fucking start.
That's fucking frightening. I would have booked another flight.
Oh, you know what's fucked?
If they said anything was wrong with the plane I was supposed to fly home in, I would get the fuck off the
Well,
plane and I
we
would
did.
walk to my
We
destination.
did, so it's fine. But it was a Boeing. It was during all this shit where Boeing planes were fucking up. So I'm like, of course it was a fucking Boeing. So we all had to deboard, go into a different plane. Long story short, ended up sitting between these two guys who were talking to me. They were nice. They were just asking like, oh, what team are you guys? Whatever, rugby, blah, blah. Just, oh, we're playing Navy, blah, 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 whatever. Just go into the whole conversation. And then we get flying, and the guy next to me, he was kind of quiet, but he almost seemed pompous to me. Like he was kind of like, seemed like big business guy. He was kind of just like, fuck, I don't want to fly. I don't know.
Why is it's always the clean people that are like, yeah, when I'm off this plane, like I rule the world, but in the air, like I'm fucked up.
Yeah, well, that's how he seemed, but
It's God's rules in the air.
it is. Come to like see though afterwards, I think he was just nervous the whole time, but he was kind of quiet and only ask you things. Like, he was just weird. Like I got the vibe that he was like kind of just not a prick, but he was just kind of full of himself, kind of like, yeah, like pompous. But turns out that wasn't the case. But anyway, we get up in the air and he's like, anytime we'd like hit a little bump, and he like freak out and look out the window and start like shit, dude, rubbing his hands together. I'm like, what the fuck? He's going, I have to like show you guys how he did this. It was like, I'll show it. Hopefully the mic picks up.
This is visual for any. I'll describe what he's doing if you're just
So
listening.
he's sitting up
He's sitting up.
and like, hold on, let me just do the whole thing. So imagine this is the window seat, and he sits like this, and he sits up and goes.
Wait, look toward the camera.
Okay, so then there's the window.
Yeah, just pretend that's the window.
Here's the window seat. So he's on the edge. He's in the window seat.
He's in the
He's
window
like
seat.
this, and he'd be like- Every time I move, dude, it was fucking crazy. And so I'm like, all right, this guy's clearly a little bit afraid of flying. Whatever, it is what it is. I get it. And and so we're there, and we start the flight, and he's like, the first thing he does is order a beer, and I'm like, oh fuck, this guy knows what's going on. He wants a beer, so he drinks this fucking beer, but he doesn't just drink this beer. Like he is putting this beer down. And I'm kind of like, bro, like, what are you, like, whatever, good for you. You want to get a drink, you're flying, the plane already got delayed, like, I get it. So then, he also orders We're there. This is like a United flight. It's like a random flight where like they give you like fucking just some snacks. Like there's no meals included, nothing. He goes, can I get a hamburger? They apparently have hamburgers on these flights that they don't advertise. What? Gets a hamburger with pickles, and he's picking through it, putting the stuff on.
This is the same
and I'm
guy
smelling the burger,
going,
but yeah. And so, do you remember like the hot lunch burgers?
Ew,
Where they're kind of like, they're not terrible. They're not terrible, but they have a smell to them. It's not a bad smell, but it's like very distinct. No, they weren't that bad, but yeah.
They were fucked.
Anyway, so he's eating, it's more like an SI burger. So it's not hot lunch. It's just like high school cafeteria burger. Like it's like not the best, but it's not the worst, but it has a very distinct smell to it. And I had that going on. He's doing this. He's making it, whatever. I'm like, this motherfucker flies a lot. He knows to order a burger from United. Like, who the fuck? I didn't even know they had burgers. Like,
yeah, literally, the girl at Peach is like, I fly for work, and I'm like, well, what the fuck? Clearly, you shouldn't fly for work.
And so he's ordering the burger, doing his thing, kind of. He's freaking out a little bit. I'm like, oh, maybe he's just, whatever. So then I'm watching a movie, and all of a sudden we hit a little bit of a turbulence spot that was pretty good size, and I kind of the normal like your heart sinks for half a second, you kind of look and like, oh, whatever, like it was just because I was watching a movie, so I was like, whatever. This mother,
when you die for a second, then you revive yourself.
No, that's not what I said. I said heart drop, like just that feeling, just that.
When your heart breaks in the middle of the air.
All right, fuck you guys. Long story short, that feeling of just like, oh shit, that's what I mean. And this motherfucker made that feeling of oh shit feel like holy fuck we're gonna all die, because if anything happened to me, and he'd look into the mirror and he'd look out the window and like bob back and forth like this. I'm like, dude, like what the fuck is going on? I'm like, he was making me nervous. So my natural instinct was to want to punch him in the face to get him
right. Yeah, that would be mine too. Did you want to punch her in the face when she held your hand?
I was thinking, actually, fuck yeah, I was. When she threw up, I was thinking about slitting her fucking throat.
Oh my
Okay, we might need
and
to
Lila's
cut
canceled
that
once again.
one.
Once again, Lila's canceled.
Leave it so that they just leave it up to imagination.
I don't know. What's worse?
That was I don't know either. Anyway, so long story short, that was my worst experience because he was just freaking out. My instinct was like, I want to knock this guy out. So he just sleeps and leaves us alone, like or drug him. I don't know. He was just.
So what happened to him?
No, nothing. That was the extent of it. But it was just making me nervous because like every time something minor would happen, he'd fucking and like shoot his feet forward. And we were in like the exit row or like the first row of the thing, so we had hella leg room. So he'd kick his legs all the way out to like the fucking.
Not the toes.
Oh shit. Hey Aaron, put a blur on that, please. Yeah, I don't need that shit out there for free. And then yeah, he would just freak out every time something happened. I'm like, bro, this dude is scared of flying, but he seemed like he flew all the time. He was talking about the weather and Houston, like he seemed pretty normal, just a little full of himself before.
Guys, we were trying to talk about me having a panic attack, and we've been on a tangent about people on airplanes for like the last hour.
It's not been an hour.
Okay, let's talk about you.
So,
I'm gonna start it off with the day of. So I actually didn't realize that we had to leave Saturday at 1 a.m, or I guess Sunday at 1 a.m, but I thought that we were leaving Sunday like late morning. Okay. And so we had a lot of stuff to do. We were gonna pod. I had 2 self-tapes, and Lila needed to do editing for her job, and we were just like cramming everything. We also had to go to the mall and buy a ton of shit. So Lila asks me to go to Sephora, but you guys, so we're basically here for my abuelito's 60th anniversary, and let me just say that I guess it might be a Colombian culture thing, but a lot of emphasis is on how you look sometimes.
They made me shave.
They made Greta shave.
I'm pissed.
You guys will see him unshaved, and now he's shaved.
Yeah, so
Not happy.
Lila and I basically have been on the hunt for the perfect dress for me because she found something that's already gorge like several weeks ago, and they actually designed the color scheme around her because of it.
It's not that gorge. I don't know why people are raving about the dress. It's literally just like a skin tight neck dress.
It fits you really well, and yellow looks good on you. Look, she's wearing yellow now. But anyway, I had to my dress came, my mom saw it on me. She was like, you need to go shopping.
Ooh.
So Lila and I were like on the hunt for a dress for me. We went to Sephora for her, but then we also needed, and I got a drunk elephant, like I'm not gonna lie, but that was just like a last minute thought. And then what else did we have to go get? We just had to get we had to get a crossbody bag
Trader
for my
Joe's?
mom. We had to go to Trader Joe's.
Had to get her fucking eyebrows done.
I did have to stop and get my eyebrows done. So anyway, we were like going, and Lila thought this was gonna be a one-stop shop. Like she thought we were just gonna go to Sephora.
No, I knew it was gonna be more, but I didn't think it was gonna be this long.
And so I'm like, I don't like shopping. Like I genuinely don't like it. There's nothing about it that brings me joy. And sometimes I just always question myself after I spend money and like start spiraling. So it's not a great experience for me. And I am just like slow. Like I'm genuinely, I move slowly. And that was really bothering Lila. And so we're at Target, like our third destination or something. It was after I had gotten my eyebrows done, so Lila was really on edge. And I kept trying to look back after they were doing my eyebrows. Like, I was in the chair getting my eyebrows done, kept trying to sneak peeks at Lila. She was fuming in that seat. Like, she looked so tiny on that bench, but she looked like she was going to burn a hole through the leather, like, with her pure body heat and rage. I was so terrified. So Lila is, like, about to turn into the Hulk, and we're walking to Target, and all of a sudden she gets a text from, or I don't know how she found out, but I outed them actually. So I said, we have to go to Trader Joe's after this, and Lila was like, why the fuck do we have to go to Trader Joe's? And I was like, because we need to get like little meals for us because we don't have enough groceries to make food at home. And she was like,
shit, I forgot about this.
And she was like, the fuck? Well, what are you gonna get? And I was like, I don't know, like I'll probably get a salad or something. And she was like, well, what's Greta getting? And I was like, oh, well, he already got Sub Center actually. And she was like, this is when all hell broke loose, you guys.
Like the devil came out.
She was like, what? And she was like, how could mom fucking do that to me? And I swear, like her voice dropped like 10
I got a
octaves and her
text.
eyes turned black.
How could mom do this to me?
Andreas, read the text.
I will read the text. It was fucking. It was short, but
Okay, because everyone knows a classic turkey sand is my go-to.
in her defense, I did forget that Sub Center.
He fucking told me that he was going and said, would you like a sandwich? And I said, fuck yeah.
No.
Never did I get that
No,
sandwich.
you never said that. I never told you. You never said fuck yeah.
Yeah.
No, so first Lila starts blaming my mom. Like she started saying
So no, my text was, it was Saturday at 3:15 p.m. by the way too. First of all, what the fuck is wrong? Q you, but I know you meant with you. Second, why didn't you get me a sandwich? So then I called her because I'm like, at first I saw what the fuck is wrong with you. I'm like, is this bitch, like, what is she on about? Oh, not the snort. Yeah, there it is. I called it.
Crazy hearing the story back and how mad.
And
No, it was so
she told me,
terrifying.
she was, what the fuck is wrong with you, motherfucker?
there
Why
was gonna be casualties in that.
She
Target,
literally
and
was
I
like, I'm
knew
like,
it.
I'm like, what
I
do you,
knew it.
Lila? I'm like, I asked mom if I should get anything, and she said you guys were getting stuff from Trader Joe's, so I just assumed you didn't need anything.
What is your elbow
And
doing?
she goes,
why are you grabbing my wrist?
That's
like that?
ridiculous. And then hangs up. She doesn't even let me finish talking, and she goes and calls mom and tears her a new one.
Yeah, she starts yelling at mom, and I
Why
was
the
so
fuck
scared.
did you say I was gonna want a sandwich?
So then Lila's like in the Target, she's not doing well. I'm trying to like get her a snack. Like I'm trying to get her blood sugar back up to like
Lila's just
normal levels. And she starts like twitching. So we're walking. I knew everything was gonna go bad. When we start walking, I asked where the Mederma was because I saw a TikTok that said that it takes away your acne scars. Also, my skin is freaking out here, you guys. But anyway, side note, Lila starts walking with me toward the Mederma aisle because I asked, like, the pharmacy. And she, like, body checks someone, like, fully, like, rams into this man, doesn't even apologize, doesn't even flinch, like, keeps walking. Like, a full-ass man. And then we get to the aisle. And I'm not wearing my contacts. I'm 90% of the time I'm kind of blind. Okay, that's just kind of how I live my life.
And she moves like a sloth.
She
dude.
is
like,
really
she'll be in
fucking
the
slow.
aisles like,
She'll be looking at this water bottle and be like, "Is this water?
not this one.
Hot soup
Like
water?"
she moves like a literal sloth.
Like literally, if I didn't know better, I think Sophia was stoned 24/7. That's how slow she moves.
yeah, actually.
It's fucking crazy.
So anyway, guys, Lila.
Guys.
So I couldn't find the Mederma because I couldn't see it. And then Lila's like, this is the fucking Mederma. Starts throwing like fucking like, I don't even, what do you even call it? Like, cans of Moderna on the floor? Like, starts launching them on the floor
Lila,
in front of the pharmacist. And I'm like,
Lila gets crazy.
She's gonna switch. Like, this is when she turns green. Like, it's gonna happen. So I'm like shaking. I'm shaking in my boots, like putting away the Moderna. Like, oh my God, like we only have like T-5 seconds before she throws someone across the store. And she's like, she's like, because I was so nervous, she was like, this is Mom's fault. Like, she was targeting me. Like, she did this to me on purpose. And she's like, and honestly, Andreas too. Like, he fucking did it to me on purpose. And I was like, she's like, you're all fucking out to get me. And I was like, oh my God. She's not yet. I don't even know. You were just like shaking and like something was coming out of you. I don't know from where or what it was, but something was coming out of you. And so we go to Trader Joe's. I'm like looking for snacks.
Sophia, like, I was talking to her. I went on about this sandwich for about 50 more minutes, and Sophia goes, no, yeah, I get it. Like, she was really trying to chill me out.
The sandwiches were not even that great, if I'm being frank. So
no. So then Lila, we go to the Trader Joe's. I'm like shopping, like looking for my snacks. Lila disappears when we go down there. And then she comes and finds me. She's like, I got my fucking apple cider apple sandwich. So my turkey apple cider vinegar sandwich. So I'm done now. Let's go home. And I'm like, what the fuck is an apple cider sandwich? Like, I didn't want to say it to her, but that sounds so nasty. And then we get home and
like
she like
Applewood smoked turkey.
Yeah, but she's like it sounded wet. It sounded like a wet sandwich.
To me, it sounded like you got a piece of turkey, piece of bread, and just dumped apple cider vinegar on top.
Yeah, it sounded nasty.
Rancid,
so then I'm like, Lila, we can stop at Sub Center. Like, we have a car, we have like 2 capable bodies, like we have money. We can go get you a sub sandwich. Like, it's okay. And she's like, no, I'm fucking done. It's too late. It's too fucking late. So we get home. And Lila eats her sandwich. And I don't even really know. But it continues because she simmers down.
Yeah, let me get into this.
But it was building till
Lila needed to have a serious... I don't even know if she's had a full explosion yet. I won't even know if you count that fully.
That was a full fucking explosion.
It was pretty bad. Anyway,
it was a panic attack.
It was a panic attack. We were on the plane, and I don't know about you guys out there. I don't know about you. I know Lila.
Let me describe the plane scenario,
cool.
dude.
I'll just go fucking kill myself. Huh? Oh yeah, that was really dark. No, we should cut that part. I meant fuck myself.
So both sound wrong. Continue. Just continue.
No, I was just gonna say that.
Why did that get so dark?
It did get really dark, and I feel kind of bad for those people out there. But anyway, I don't even remember.
You were saying, I don't know if any of you guys know about planes.
No, I don't know if any of you guys had this experience. I know Lila does, Sophia. I don't know if you've ever had this. But when you wake up from first of all, when you wake up from many naps, I feel like I wake up hot, sweaty, especially if you're not like super comfortable. But when you wake up on a plane, I feel like you wake up sweaty, hot, miserable, kind of like not like a really good feeling.
Also, I knew something was going to come. You kind of forget where you are when you fall asleep. Like, when you fall asleep, you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm in the comfort of my own bed. But when you wake up in a plane and you forget you're in the air, and then you're like, wait, I'm in the air, you kind of tend to freak out. Okay, continue.
No, so do you want to explain the seating?
Sure, yeah. So we had made a bet too that like there were gonna be, maybe no TVs. Like we were saying like, oh, there's not gonna be TVs. Like fuck it, whatever. I'm a very big window girl. Like I do not go pee on flights. That was a 7-hour flight. Did I get up once? No.
Yeah, wait. Drop in the comments real quick what seat you prefer on the plane. I don't think if you prefer middle, you need help.
I don't think anyone would prefer middle. Yeah, but I'm very much.
I've
window.
Used to love window. I've grown to be an aisle person because I feel like I've grown and I get more leg room, and also I feel like I like to get up to go to the bathroom or stretch if I need to. Although this time around on the flight, I got hit by the same fucking lady doing the cart 5 times. Every time the cart fucking passed me or she passed me, I'd get fucking blasted. I'm like, are my shoulders that fucking broad? Because I was up against Lila on one side and I was getting blasted on the other. I'm like, there's no goddamn way.
I was pissed. But anyway, so I really prefer the window. Like I love the window. I love being able to look out and see where I am in the moment. Because when I'm moving, I like to be like, oh, I'm moving here or whatever. I like to be able to see what's going on. So Andreas, you can fucking, or Sophia can. I don't even know who wants to.
No, so for me, personally, first off, I don't typically sleep great on planes, but sometimes I can. Especially as of late, I've been able to more. But for some reason, and everybody else died on this plane. We'll get to that in a second. to 6 hours of the 7 hour. No, it's probably more like 5 hours, 5 to 5.5 hours of sleep, which is pretty damn good for me on a plane. And I slept through that. And I wake up to the cart coming by and them starting to give out breakfast. And
Dude, you didn't even fucking explain.
Okay, I'll explain. So
I thought you
Lila
explained it.
goes, I automatically call the window seat.
oh, sorry.
And honestly, guys, I prefer the window seat, but no one fucking asked me. So I was
No,
just
Sophia
like,
was stuck in the middle. She had no
I
choice.
was like, whatever. I am the oldest, but I always get stuck with this shittiest situation. So Lila decides she wants window. Like, we're all like, fine, whatever. And so we get to the window, and our row is quite literally the only row that doesn't have a window. It just has a wall.
It's in the middle of the fucking plane too.
It just has a wall. So Lila sees that there's
extended
no
wall.
window, and it's like sandwich gate all over again. Like, she starts quaking.
Well, also, there was no window. And you know how when you have a window, it kind of pushes out? The wall was pushed so far in, so I was up against the fucking window. There was also no TV. And to top it off, there was a heater heating up the rest of the plane, but quite literally burning off my leg because I was sitting next to it.
So she was sweating, like, not doing well.
She slept for a bit.
So we all we all decide to sleep. We wake up to breakfast being passed out because it was an overnight flight. And they give us like this like
Banana
bread, like this banana pudding bread.
Which is actually not bad if you like banana, but I don't like banana.
It wasn't bad, but everyone else shat on it, and like I'm honestly not even eating gluten right now, but I still fucking ate it because I was hungry. And so Andreas and I are like nibbling away, even though I'm not supposed to eat gluten and he hates bananas, but we're like trying our best to like, stay positive.
Just mind our business, do our thing.
And Lila gets hers and she's like, I don't want this.
Dude, what a bitch.
They fucking ran out.
So
They ran out of egg
then
sandwiches, which apparently were awful
so
too. So
I turned to Dad and I'm like, oh, I know that he got the last egg sandwich. Like, let me ask if he can give half to Lila. So I turned to Dad on the other side of the aisle and I'm like, hey, Dad, did you finish your sandwich? And he's like, oh, yeah, sorry. And Lila goes, he got the last sandwich? All of a sudden, Sandwich Gate Part 2. She starts like,
wait, but
Andreas.
let's preface, she woke up and she goes, ugh, fuck, I'm so hot. Fuck, I'm sweating. Fuck, I don't feel good. Fuck. Like, that's all that's coming out of her mouth. Fuck, and then her, like, how she's feeling in that moment.
She was not well.
And then Dad finished the sandwich, and I think that sent her.
I knew that if we didn't get the sandwich to her, like, it would be like down for
and
downhill
she
for us all,
was
quite literally.
going on a tangent about how Mom did this to me on fucking purpose. She wanted to put me in this. Like, dude, it was almost like I was really concerned. I'm like, Lila, like, Mom maybe would have given us the worst seats out of the family because she would do something like that, but she would never purposely put you in the corner with no window and buy a heater to torture you.
You know what I thought? I thought that maybe like Huito or like someone got these seats and was like, fuck, like I didn't get any window or anything. Mom was like, my family will take it. That's what
Lila,
I thought.
our names were on the tickets.
So she didn't explain that. She was just like, Mom did this on purpose. She's targeting me.
Mom did this
You
to
all
me.
did this to me. And then all of a
Mom
sudden,
did
like,
this.
even this happened. She lost her flip-flop, which was just on the floor in front of her.
She thought
Our
Gregory
cousin
did it.
Gregory was sitting behind us, and she goes, they fucking did this to me. They stole my flip-flop. And I'm like, who?
So-
Like, who would have been able to come into the aisle and steal it? And she's like, Gregory. And I was like, your little cousin sitting behind
Which
you?
Gregory's an
who's
18-year-old
also
boy who
so
wouldn't give a fuck about
ill
stealing
right
a football.
now.
Gregory was also sick. They were chuckling because Alexander was showing me pictures of Gregory.
So Gregory like gets on his hands and knees with a flashlight and starts looking for the flip-flop for Lila while she's saying, he did this to me. So she thinks that everyone on the plane is against her. And then all of a sudden,
No.
I knew something was going to happen. But Andreas turns to Lila, mouthful of banana pudding, and goes, she's going to cry.
I had a mouthful of it.
No, Andreas had a
No,
mouth-
I didn't. It was not that. I didn't. I only took one bite out of that.
It was
it's like
something.
fruit or something.
So he had a mouthful of something,
Or a
turns to
muffin.
Lila, and he's like, she's going to cry. And as soon as he said that, because when someone says you're going to cry, you're going to cry. Lila starts breaking down sobbing.
She
Like
needed it,
sobbing.
so
She
you're
can't
welcome.
breathe. She's like slapping the wall, like trying to break through a window, like not well. So I'm like, okay, like I have some anxiety pills in my bag, like that'll calm her down. I think I should go get those. So I'm like, Dad, please go get a pill. Or I thought I had these like little anxiety drops that like help ease you right away. I had it in my other bag. So I go through my bag. I see that I don't have the anxiety drops. I'm like, she's going to have to take this pill. Lila cannot take pills. So
Wait, before we get there, the worst part of this whole thing is, right, is that I'm trying to deal with Lila, trying to deal with all the food being handed to me, because Auntie Sandy handed me her whole platter too, because she didn't want to deal with it, and I took one thing from it, and she handed me the whole thing. She had like 3 platters on my thing, and then Dad's like, does she need my jacket? What's going on? I'm like, she's not cool. She's hot, if anything. Like, can you just... Mom and Dad are like, is she okay? What's going on? Does she need my jacket? Does she need this? Can you guys fuck off and let us handle this? Because I love you, but you're making this so much worse because you're pissing me off. Because they wouldn't shut up about what's going on. I'm like... If any, like when Dad would set, they were asking that the whole time. And what sent me is when Dad was like, "Does she need my jacket?" I'm like, "You don't even know what's going on, clearly. So just stay out of
she's
it."
sweating in the
She was
corner
sweating, talking about
and
how hot it was.
breathe. So she starts like screaming. She's like, I can't breathe. Like full panic attack. Starts like hyperventilating low key. And I'm like, we need the anxiety pill. And Andreas like, get the fucking anxiety pill. So my dad goes and grabs it from his bag. I'm like sifting through my bag like a little witch doctor. I pull out the anxiety pills and I'm like, Lila.
You first spurt something random, like an unknown thing in my mouth.
Well, because I thought that it would help, but it wasn't like the anxiety thing, but I thought anything would help you at this point. So I am like, Lila, you have to take this pill. And usually you take 2, but I was like, she's only going to be able to take 1. So I was like, please, Lila, you have to take this. She's like, I'm not, what the fuck is in that? Like, is that going to fucking poison me? She's like, I don't need anything. And she's like dying in the corner. I'm like, please, Lila. So I'm like rubbing her back. Like, it's okay. You got it. You got it. She's like taking gulps of water. Like she's going through like all the glasses because she cannot swallow this pill. So she's like, she's crying because she's having a panic attack, but also crying because she can't swallow the pill. Eventually, guys, we finally get her to swallow it. And it was like a baby that had sucked on its pacifier too long and just conked out. It soothed her. And she went silent and she fell asleep for the rest of the plane ride and just kept like bobbing her head and rolling her eyes to the back of her head. And I was like, this is honestly what we all needed. So
I think she just got so damn tired that she just fucking died.
Yeah. I think she was stressed.
And then I get off the plane and Marcella comes up to me and I tell her the situation.
You have to say who before.
Marcella's our cousin. She comes up to me and asks how the plane ride was. I tell her the situation. She goes, bro, you should have gotten me like... Okay, so Marcella, our cousin, we get off the plane and she asked me like how the flight was. And I was like telling her the situation. I told her everything. And she was like, bro, you should have gotten me. Like, I would have switched seats with you. And I was like, I would have never put my worst enemy in that seat.
And little did we know, she put Sophia in that
I
seat.
made Sophia sit there.
She made Sophia sit there. She's like, I wouldn't put anybody there. I would never put even my worst enemy in that seat. And I look at Sophia and I'm like,
Sophia goes,
no way.
Sophia goes, you made me sit there, bro. It was fucking crazy.
Yes.
But yeah,
yes.
that was our okay. That was our trip. And also one of our cousins, Marcella's sister Nellie, she like fully fainted.
She damn near fainted.
We all
Yeah, she
died
had
on this
to be
flight.
dragged to the back, fed ice to calm down. Gregory was having stomach problems. Larry, I think, was puking.
Yeah, Larry puked in the back.
Just beware, like if you're gonna fly to South America, don't take 3 different flights. There's like no need for that.
No.
Also, if you're gonna fly to South America with a group of 20 people, don't. Do it with smaller groups. The travel was shit. Do it with like your own immediate family, maybe in 2 immediate families.
I honestly don't know if any of you like have, or maybe honestly, maybe you do have a big enough family that you're traveling with 20 people. That'd be lit. If you do, comment below, and let us know like if you've survived that and how, because we're still on the journey and it does look like a difficult path.
It's been getting harder and harder every day, I must say.
But we are really grateful to be here, you guys, and we're in Colombia right now.
No, yeah, it's cool. And
I wouldn't say it's been difficult. I would just say walking around in such a big group in a country
you draw a lot of
like
attention
Colombia,
to yourself.
it could be very dangerous for sure. And we stick out like sore thumbs. So I don't think it's that great walking around with a group of 20 all the time. I think when we visit other places though, like I'm really hoping Medellin is the most touristy place that we're feeling, because in Cartagena and Baru, I'm staying on the beach the entire fucking day. I don't care. I'm not doing tourist.
Cartagena's not. We're not going to be at a beach. We're going to be in
A
our
house.
Airbnb, which is badass. We have a hot tub pool.
It's
like, I'm gonna be
fucking
chilling.
gorgeous.
But when we are in Baru, I will be on the beach drinking a hand from
Oh
fucking
my
morning
god!
till
When
night.
I'm in Baru, so we're taking
It's-
photos.
it's
the
all
entire time.
inclusive.
It's gorgeous. It's an all inclusive.
Supposedly. I don't know how true that is. I'll be definitely getting hammered. Are you kidding me?
But yeah, I mean, we're excited. Tomorrow, going on like a fucking 7-hour hike or some shit.
That's gonna suck.
I don't even know.
I'm excited for the hike.
You would be.
So anyway, guys,
Spotlight on Soph?
yeah, let us know how you're feeling about this new setup, this new like 3-person pod. We do miss Aaron for sure, but I'm sure that he will be popping his little head in these videos and making some comments, which he tends to do. When I did my solo pod, he did that. So yeah, I guess anything else you guys want to say?
No, I think that's it for today. That's all we're gonna lighten you guys on, and wish us luck. We'll see when we get back to you guys. I feel like we could low-key do like a short pod every night.
Every fucking night.
Well, every night while we're here. In this hotel, we have the space. Now, granted, we might go to the next place and we have no idea what.
No, in all the other hotels, we have our own room. Me and you guys, we have 2 hotel rooms in every hotel.
Fuck, that's fire.
The only place that we share a room is Cartagena.
Where are we in Cartagena?
In an
Airbnb. It's gorgeous though. It literally looks like fucking, I don't even know. Call me by your name.
Okay, well, we can film it outside if we really want there.
We'll figure it out. I'm not really tripping on it. But
Yeah,
I think we
but-
should try to pod as much as possible because it's fun and we clearly get the conversation rolling.
Yeah.
Like, it's been already, I think, probably like over 45 minutes.
Yeah, so anyway, guys, thank you so much for supporting us and being here.
FIFA for fun, bitches.
FIFA for fun, bitches.
Fee-fi-fo fun, bitches.